Welcome to Smack Talk. He's the human research machine. By God, it's Gaz.
And this is the Underbaker. So terrible.
And we're here with the... I can't believe you said that. We're here with the top 10 hidden gems, matches that you might not have realised happened throughout history in wrestling. What do you make of hidden gem matches, Gaz? What's your take on them?
So we've been digging through our vaults and racking our brains, coming up with loads of matches that you may or may not have known happened, whether it be from recent times or early 90s or back in the 80s, but we've been digging through and these are what we think is going to...
Yeah, absolutely. Guys that were brought in perhaps as enhancement talent or jobbers, much like me.
Yeah.
And other guys that wrestled for companies other than the companies you associate them with. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's get into the list.
At number 10, we've got Jeff Hardy versus Ramon.
Yeah, the bad guy himself. In 1994, on an episode of Monday Night Raw, Jeff, as we mentioned in our intro, brought in as really an enhancement talent.
Yeah.
He was, God, how old would he have been? He wouldn't have been much over... He was supposed to be 18 when he wrestled. We know he started his career at 16.
Yeah.
So he could have been,
cusp of,
borderline at best, but he was brought in a very young, fresh-faced Jeff Hardy, as you can see from the pictures behind us on the screen. And, literally was brought in to enhance Razor.
Not that he needed it, but
quite right. You know, the guy was already well over, but, WWE loves their squash matches.
Yeah, they do. And that was 1994, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on just a random episode of Raw.
Cool.
Continuing our theme of enhancement talents, at number 9 is Matt Hardy versus Nikolai Volkoff.
Yeah, well, Matt Hardy, the broken one, or if we're allowed to say that now, against Nikolai Volkoff. This is like almost like a time machine match. Just two wrestlers you never thought would ever be against each other. Well, when we found this one, it was quite a random one.
If Broken Matt's anything to go by, he does have a time machine.
He's in space and time, and this proves that fact. Great little match. Raw 94, so just after the Jeff Hardy Razor, I believe. Once again, enhancement talent.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, Christ. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. And let's say another fresh-faced Hardy boy.
Yeah, it was 94 was a good year for Hardys as jobbers, wasn't it?
Yeah. And number 8, we have Rhino versus Jim Duggan. And this is actually from WCW Saturday Night. And Rhino wasn't Rhino. Rhino was Terry Richards. And looks a little bit like Joseph Park, really, in that photo.
Park.
Yeah.
It's quite surprising how much like him he looks, really, isn't it? But just a random WCW Saturday Night. That was kind of just a showcase show, wasn't it? Really, it wasn't so much a.
Yeah, it was kind of
like a Nitro or anything like that. Which
almost like the little catch up. They'd have a few matches and then a little bit of storyline to build.
Yeah, kind of just for people who didn't want to, or didn't have the time to invest in the main shows, I guess. But then 95 was Nitro. Nitro was 96.
Yeah, it was just before.
So this would have been perhaps their more major show back then, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. It was heading that way.
Okay, but yeah, as we were saying, Terry Richards, or Rhino as he's known now, although he did run for, was it mayor or something? And he went under his name of Terry Richards for that. So you might know him as a mayoral candidate as Terry Richards. But
it's worth looking up Terry Richards because he did matches in WWF as Terry Richards as well as the jobber there. So yeah, it's quite random to see fresh-faced Rhino not goring people. Yeah,
very, very odd.
Yeah.
And putting over good old Hacksaw himself.
Yeah.
Oh! And the big sexy number 7, Kevin Nash as Vinnie Vegas versus Rob Van Dam as the most jobber-tastic name I've ever seen, Robby V.
Robby V, brilliant. So this was WCW in
92.
Okay, 92. Yeah. This was actually, I think, for the TV title. They had a little tournament, and it was quite a cool little tournament actually. But it's just another one, weird time travel, weird to just see two people that we know as Kevin Nash and Rob Van Dam as two different characters.
Probably two it's arguably two of the biggest names going, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Rob Van Dam, obviously well known for his ECW stint, and then later in WWF, during the Invasion angle, he got massively over during that. Nash speaks for himself.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
from Shawn Michaels' Enforcer right through to his stint in Magic Mike.
yeah, and tearing his
Not that
quad.
I've watched it.
But I turned up today and he was watching it. But yeah, great little match, worth checking out.
Yeah, I can't agree more.
Number 6, we have Rey Mysterio Jr. versus David Heath, who some may know is actually Gangrel, and this was in WCW in 1997.
Yes, 97. So we're right at the start of the Attitude Era. Before, obviously,
Yeah.
this predates his Gangrel character.
Yeah.
Me to say.
Christ.
We're really struggling though. We should put our teeth in before. And this is before David Heath put his teeth in.
Yeah,
Hey!
good lead in.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
And again, another enhancement job for Rey Mysterio. You know, David Heath there to make Mysterio look good and I suppose really showcase his skills against guys of different sizes.
Yeah.
'Cause,
This was at the time when WCW were being amazing with their cruiserweights. So we saw a lot of guys come in. And Rey Mysterio, this is the time where he became a massive star. Obviously, always been a fan favourite, but he was just on his way up, and then obviously later on.
Absolutely, yeah.
And still now, looks amazing.
Absolutely credited with bringing lucha libre style to American audiences, really.
Yeah.
So kudos to Ray, and obviously kudos to Gangrel.
Yeah.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, if you look up David Heath, he did some stuff with WCW and WWF, and a little bit in ECW before he became Gangrel, which obviously we all know him as. But yeah, really cool. WCW 1997.
Spot on. And at number 5 on our list, Bobby Roode versus Billy Kidman on WWF Velocity.
Velocity, what a
That
show.
was
And
awesome,
Heat.
wasn't
Anyway,
Sunday Night Heat, man.
yeah, for us guys in the UK, that's something we used to get free, was the Velocity and the Heat. So that's how we caught up with a lot of stuff, or found out a lot of stuff before we went to school the next day to talk about it.
Too poor to have Sky. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Channel 4.
You had
Can't
to
believe
have
it.
friends who had Sky, and they were your best friends for wrestling. Anyway, Bobby Roode obviously has gone on to do amazing things in TNA and now with
Might even
WWE.
say he's gone on to do glorious things.
Exactly. And Billy Kidman, we know, is amazing from his WCW stint, and I personally he wasn't so good in WWE, but that's here or there. The Millionaires Club stuff was pretty cool.
WWE notorious for not being able to use cruiserweights properly, really. Even actually, I would say even now, 205 Live is good, but it's not. It's just Vince doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So he doesn't mind people flying as long as they're like 7 foot. But anyway, this was Velocity, another enhancement. Bobby Roode coming in, bleach blonde hair, looks cracking. This was kind of near the Team Canada days in TNA.
Yeah, that's about right.
So that's better off checking out that rather than his early stuff. Anyway. Cool match, cool to see two characters that you don't ever see together.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Number 4, we have Kevin Owens, or as Kevin Steen, versus Jerry Lawler from February 2014.
Yeah, quite a recent one.
Yeah.
And obviously, Kevin Owens now getting a major push in WWE, but I loved his work as Kevin Steen. Phenomenal heel wrestler.
Yeah.
Actually, before we go into this match, you really do check out his ladder match with El Generico. Fantastic. Like, those guys beat the out of each other.
Yeah.
But this one in particular, Northeast Wrestling. It was Wrestling Under the Stars 3.
Well remembered.
That's a mouthful to say, but yeah. What a weird title for an event, but makes sense when you actually watch the match. The whole thing takes place outside and at night. Literally wrestling under the stars.
Yeah. Not as romantic as it sounds.
I don't know, man. They got pretty intimate in this match. It was pile driver versus pile driver. Lawler famed for his pile driver, and Steen obviously, getting his pile driver over as well. So we're into our top 3, and at number 3 is Edge, who was known as Damon Stryker. A classic name there.
Who came up with that?
How did that not catch on?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, Damon Stryker versus Meng or Ming or Mang or how do you pronounce it?
Ming.
Ming?
Ming,
Mang?
yeah.
Mang?
Or Haku.
Moo?
I don't know.
On WCW Pro 96. You're going to take this one.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. WCW is my bag. So WCW Pro 96, little like catch-up show, little enhancement show.
So kind of like a Velocity or a Heath.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Okay.
It was just to sort of fill in. But once again, you've got to have your jobbers, and Edge, still looking like Edge, to be fair, when you look at him there. Still got the mane on him. But not as good as made as what Ming's got.
Look at that.
And, you know, going in as an enhancement tactic, could you imagine getting in the ring with Ming or Haku?
Could they not have had a hair versus hair match?
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, Ming or Haku is known as a badass and working stiff, so I would be shitting myself, to be honest with you. But it's cool to see, and it's good that you can see Edge. You can see him going on to become something good, because he does look good in this match.
The interesting thing, actually, on a lot of the matches in this list with the Hardys and with this one with Edge, you can see a lot of the stuff that they bring in later on as signature moves. Like, you know, they got their stuff in, and it's quite interesting, especially watching this one where you see, you know, what would later become Edge. Yeah, you know, as
I think the best example of that, if you watch The Rock in his early days, you know, the little bits that The Rock does now or did do. The little like flick as he does a kick and stuff like that. You can see that develop. That's a cool thing we found looking through some of these, seeing those little bits develop.
Totally.
Yeah.
There we go. Damon Stryker. Can't get enough of saying that.
Don't forget him. In at number 2, we have Triple H versus Road Dogg, which is not a hidden gem, you will say, but this is from WCW Worldwide 93, so Triple H is as Terra Ryzing, and Road Dogg is as Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, and Armstrong family, obviously well known. Brian Armstrong, Road Dogg. Scott Armstrong, referee.
Yeah.
And what was the
Bullet
other
Bob?
Armstrong? Bullet Bob Armstrong, that was the one.
So,
thanks, dude.
Yeah, and there's quite a few when you actually look into
list.
it. Mainly WCW guys as well. They were involved a lot backstage. A lot of booking before Road Dogg was the first one to go to WWF, basically, and got a lot of history there. Yeah,
absolutely. Obviously, this is a Degeneration X battle, or what would be Degeneration X later on down the line. Triple H is terrorising. You know, what if he hadn't gone over to?
Oh yeah, WWE? What if?
Wow.
Maybe we could.
We might touch on that at another stage.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
maybe. Hint.
But yeah, look at Terra Ryzing's hair. How much did he want to be Ric Flair?
What is it with our top 3 in the hair club? Seriously, man. I know.
On, right? And Brian Armstrong, he's got his Jufro going on. But it's cool to see them. Yeah, of course we can. It's cool to see them, 2 characters that you know and love as Triple H and Road Dogg, and just to see them like this. Yeah. It's just quite a random
getting
one.
The stuff in.
Yeah.
But, you know, not quite developed yet.
Yeah.
And finally, the big one, number 1. Speaking of the big one, the Big Red Machine, Kane versus Sting. We didn't get Undertaker versus Sting at Mania, which is a real letdown, you know, hence. But we did, yeah. And he lost his streak. And we did get, I know that eats you up inside still. It's still real to you, damn it.
It's still real.
Anyway, we're not talking about him.
Anyway,
we're talking about Kane. His brother,
the
Big Red Machine, the Big Red Monster, through hellfire and brimstone, as JR like to say. Not as Kane in this instance, though. Bruiser Mastino. What again, brilliant jobber name.
Great jobber name. Great gold waistcoat.
Oh, beautiful.
Look how shiny that thing is.
I want that. Next video, gold waistcoat.
Yeah. Top 10 gold waistcoats in wrestling.
Top 10 of them right there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, going up against Sting, who has basically never changed his gimmick, pretty much, apart from when he was Crow, but his name has never changed.
He just grew his hair.
Wasn't he Blade Runner Sting at one point?
Yeah, with Warrior. Yeah, it's the Blade Runner.
But otherwise, Sting.
Yeah, Sting. So, this was in 1993 at WCW Saturday Night.
Yeah. Back to WCW Saturday Night.
Yeah. Which seems really good. Yeah. Why weren't we checking it out more? Anyway, amazing to see Kane different, little bit Isaac Yank and me, nearly.
Yeah, kind of.
And then Sting, obviously, massive fan favourite. Cool match as well, really cool match. Sting just, well, any match with Sting seems cool. And just
looks Captain 80s, doesn't he? He's
Yeah.
got a proper, GI crew cut
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of deal going on, the bright day-glow gear. It's just, man, he was really a throwback, wasn't he?
Yeah, but so over.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, really cool, and that's our number one.
That is top of the list, top of the tree, top of the pile, top of the heap.
Yeah.
Top of it all. Can't think of any more things to say top about. Gold waistcoat.
Yeah, gold waistcoat. That's our 10 hidden gems. While researching this, we've found loads, so we intend to do a couple more of these videos. But that's our top 10 for now.
Yes, yeah, for now indeed. And all that's left to say is basically do please subscribe. You can find the button somewhere around here. We'll probably stick it over there anywhere. I don't know. Somewhere there's space that
It'll be
doesn't
here.
block my face but probably gets his. And, just tell your friends. If you can think of any matches that we might have missed, please leave them in the comments.
We're going to do more, so we could do with a few extras that we may have missed.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll give you a mention in the video if you come up with ones that we haven't found as well. So that's everything, I think.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz.
Yeah, too right. See you on the next one.
See you on the next one.